The glass shattered against the wall, shards glinting like broken promises under the dim kitchen light. I stood frozen, my pulse hammering in my ears, as Claire's voice sliced through the haze. "I married you because real men weren't available," she spat, her eyes cold, lips curled in a sneer that didn't match the woman I'd vowed to love. The words hung heavy, a guillotine dropping on 7 years of shared mornings, whispered secrets, and plans for a future now bleeding out on the linoleum floor. It started 3 months ago, with a text I wasn't meant to see. Her phone buzzed on the counter while she showered, the screen lighting up with a name I didn't know, Evan. "Meet me at 8. Usual spot." My stomach twisted, but I shoved it down. She's allowed friends, I told myself. I'm not that guy, the paranoid husband who checks her phone. But the seed was planted, a splinter under my skin, itching every time she laughed at a message I couldn't see or slipped out for work drinks that stretched past midnight. The apartment felt different now, its familiarity warped. The creak of the hardwood, once comforting, sounded like a warning. Her perfume, a soft lavender I used to bury my face in, now clung to the air like a lie. I started noticing things. Her phone always face down, her smile too quick when I asked about her day, the way she'd linger in the bathroom, texting furiously, her fingers dancing in a rhythm that excluded me. Each moment was a pinprick, small enough to dismiss, but together they formed a wound I couldn't ignore. Last night, I couldn't sleep. The bed felt too big, her side cold. I lay there, staring at the ceiling fan's lazy spin, replaying every glance, every excuse. Was I crazy? Was I inventing this? The doubt gnawed at me, a beast with teeth sharper than logic. I wanted to confront her, but fear held me back, not of her answer, but of what it would cost me to hear it. Instead, I watched her, searching for the woman who'd cried in my arms when her father died, who'd laughed until coffee sprayed from her nose at my terrible puns. Was she still there, or had I been loving a ghost? This morning, I broke. She was in the kitchen, humming softly, slicing apples for breakfast. The normalcy of it infuriated me, the audacity of her pretending everything was fine. "Who's Evan?" I asked, my voice low, trembling with a rage I didn't recognize. Her knife paused mid-cut, the blade catching the light. She didn't look up. "A colleague," she said, too smoothly, like she'd rehearsed it. "You've met him. At the Christmas party." I hadn't. I'd have remembered a name that burned in my gut like acid. "Stop lying," I said, louder now, the words spilling out before I could stop them. "I saw the texts, Claire. The usual spot. The late nights. Just tell me." Her eyes flicked to mine, and for a moment, I saw something, guilt, maybe, or fear. But then her face hardened, and she laughed, a sharp, brittle sound that cut deeper than any knife. "You're pathetic," she said. Snooping through my phone. "God, Jake, you're so small." That's when the glass flew from my hand, not aimed at her but at the wall, a release of something I couldn't name. And then her words came, the ones that broke me. "I married you because real men weren't available." It wasn't just the betrayal, it was the contempt, the way she stripped me bare with a single sentence. I stood there, the room spinning, my chest tight with a grief so raw it felt like drowning. She didn't stop. "Evan makes me feel alive," she said, her voice softer now, almost pitying. You're just safe. Reliable. Like a piece of furniture." Each word was a blow, but beneath the pain, a question burned. Had I been blind, or had she been this cruel all along? I thought of the nights I'd held her, the plans we'd made, a house in the suburbs, kids, a dog. Had it all been a lie, or had she changed, her heart twisting into something I couldn't recognize? I didn't yell back. I didn't beg. I just left, the door slamming behind me, her voice fading into the hum of the city. The street was alive with noise, car horns, distant laughter, the clatter of a subway grate, but it felt hollow, like a movie set after the cameras stopped rolling. I walked for hours, my mind a storm of memories and doubts. Her smile at our wedding, radiant and real. Her hand in mine during that first ultrasound, before the miscarriage stole our breath. The way she'd started pulling away after, her eyes distant, her touch rare. I'd thought it was grief. Now I wondered if it was him. By dusk, I found myself at a bar, the kind with sticky floors and neon signs that buzzed like my thoughts. That's where I met Lila. She was sitting alone, her dark hair catching the light, her eyes sharp but kind, like she could see through the mess of me. I didn't mean to talk to her, but the whiskey loosened my tongue, and soon I was spilling it all: the texts, the fight, the way Claire's words had carved me hollow. Lila listened, not with pity but with a quiet strength that made me feel seen. "You deserve better," she said, her voice steady. "Not someone who'd rather break you than face themselves." She told me her own story, a fiancé who'd cheated, a life rebuilt from the ashes. Her words weren't just comfort, they were a mirror, showing me a man I didn't want to be. The one who stayed, who begged, who let love blind him to truth. When she touched my hand, it wasn't flotation. It was an anchor, pulling me back from the edge. I didn't go home that night. I crashed at a motel, the hum of the air conditioner drowning out the echo of Claire's voice. In the morning, I called a lawyer. Not out of spite, but clarity. I wasn't furniture. I wasn't safe. I was a man who'd loved fiercely and been burned for it. Claire could have Evan, their usual spot, their stolen moments. I'd keep my dignity. Weeks later, I saw Lila again. Not planned, just fate, a coffee shop, a shared glance, a smile that felt like the first real breath I'd taken in months. We talked, laughed, let the hours slip away. She wasn't a rebound. She was a reminder that trust could exist, that love didn't have to hurt. When I left, my phone buzzed, a text from Claire, her first since the fight. "I'm sorry," it read. "Can we talk?" I deleted it. Not out of anger, but because I was done living in her shadow. The man she'd called small was gone, replaced by someone who knew his worth. Lila's laughter lingered in my mind, a promise of something better, something real. And for the first time in years, I felt free.